Last week, both the governor's office and the state superintendent of schools released guidelines for how Montana public schools could reopen this fall. Mike Dennison has more.
Local school districts in Montana will make the call on how they plan to reopen this fall and are likely to have some forms of kids back in the classroom with face-to-face learning. But school officials say it won't be business as usual.
You may be coming back full bore. I don't believe that it's going to look like that. I think that there's probably going to be a blend of remote delivery of education services if they come back to the classroom in select and smaller groups.
Miller says many schools have been surveying parents and school staff on what it will take to make them feel safe. For those who don't feel comfortable being at school among larger groups of people, online classrooms will have to be available. And in-person learning will probably look different too, especially in larger urban districts.
If you've got a group of 30 students together, don't slice that deck and resort it 6 or 7 times a day, or you will not be able to track who saw who and who was in proximity to whom, and you won't have an effective way of isolating the impact of a positive COVID infection.
That means kids may be in one classroom for most of the day, with different teachers coming to them for different subjects. For classes not everyone takes, like foreign languages or advanced placement, those may go online only. There's also consideration of having half the kids coming to classrooms for part of the week and the other half the rest of the week, and remote learning when they're not at the building. School officials also say you'll see lots of cleaning of facilities and other preventative steps, like temperature checks.
Presence of any type of mitigation is going to be throughout every school day and every school. You're just not going to be able to walk into school and not notice it.
Schools are on a tight timeline with perhaps 30 days to finalize their plans. School officials say one thing the public can do to make their job a little easier is take precautions to stem the spread of the disease so the numbers decrease between now and the start of the school year. They're also saying anything approaching normal at Montana Public Schools appears a long ways off. And we haven't even talked about one other aspect. How much more is this new normal at Montana schools going to cost? One estimate places it at $70 million for this coming year. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Montana has almost 500 separate school districts serving nearly 150,000 students.